Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If this is your first time joining me, I am Lou Mongello. You are my friend, and please make sure you like the page or at facebook.com/WDW Radio and join me every Wednesday right here at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, or you can obviously catch the replay over on Facebook. Those of you who have been here before, I see a lot of you guys getting in early. Thank you so much again for joining me. You have no idea how much I look forward to Wednesday nights. I feel like this is my night. This is like my weekend night. This is when I get together with my friends virtually, and I love seeing so many of you guys in there. If you liked that sort of music on hold, that is thanks to my friend DJ Ricky Tech. Wait, let me start again. DJ Technoid, Ricky Reed, and you can find him over at SoundCloud. If you just do a search for DJ Technoid, got a lot of great mixes in there. Hope you are doing well, brother. I've been thinking about you and praying for you. Great to see Hal and so many other people from the WDW. Man, I talk for a living, I swear. So many people from the WDW Radio Nation in the box tonight. Man, I need like more caffeine tonight. So good to see so many of you. And if you, depending on what level of the nation you are, I'm super excited to get this month's care package out to you. So if you don't know about the nation, go visit www.radionation.com. Again, so good to see. Man, what's wrong with my mouth tonight? There's a disconnect between the brain and the mouth. So good to see so many old friends and new friends and Becky Menken in the box. So Judy Pavarini, nice to see you. Marty Raimondo, always a pleasure. I was using my Darth Vader Turfus mug today and was thinking about you. Man, there's something wrong with the synapses not firing right tonight. Mary Wall, nice to see you. Bob Ostrowski, one of my two favorite Ostrowskis, although I know that there's more. You're one of my two favorites. Too much caffeine. I think there's not enough caffeine. I think that's it. I got that little bit of the migraine thing going again tonight. So Dave Rashoni, I should have warmed up. I don't know how. There usually is no preparation, no warm up to this as well. Gabby Del Rossi, good to see you. Andrew Palmer, love the Haunted Mansion show. Thank you so much. I kid you not when I say that was a show that was years in the making. I always knew I wanted to do it. I always knew who I wanted to do it with. I think Jeff is really one of the foremost authorities on the mansion, and he knocked it out of the park. And there's a lot more that we can talk about. So hopefully we'll be able to. Hopefully it won't take a number of years before we can get Jeff back on the show as well. Jim O, it was so good to see you in the sweltering, blistering humidity and heat of Walt Disney World last week. Beatrice Feeney, always love seeing you. Fred Abley, I know I'm going to see you soon in just a few weeks as we get ready for Momentum, which I cannot believe is we're counting down very, very quickly. And if you don't know what Momentum is, and maybe you want to turn your passion into your profession, I'd love to be able to help you out with a 2-day event and workshop in Walt Disney World. Visit LouMongello.com. You can find out more. Brian just listened to the Paddlefish show, and I'm really hungry. Brian, you know the rules. Never listen hungry, because, well, it wouldn't matter. Even if you weren't hungry, you would probably end up hungry. Becky says, if we don't end up in a Chinese prison. There's so much I want to say about that, but what I'm not going to say is that I don't even have my visa yet, so there's a good chance I'll be just waving to you guys from... I probably shouldn't say that while Becky's here, so she doesn't freak out. Fred Abley, the lobster guac is the stuff of legend. Maybe during Momentum we'll have to go there for some lobster. I'd actually love to go to Boathouse. Maybe I can fit everybody. Maybe I can get us all into that back room at Boathouse for Momentum. So Zach Reinbold says, hey Lou, what is the can't miss non-attraction in Pandora? It's really an interesting question. I think for me, it's trying to find some of the little details. So when I found the downed and overgrown scorpion plane in the deep in the brush and the bush, not long after you first enter from sort of that the main bridge. Some of those little details that you find if you go to Pongu Refreshments and look up at some of the dog tags in there, you might find some not necessarily familiar names, but familiar faces. A buddy of mine who works for Disney, I know Casey, his is up there as well. So it's nice to see. So Marie says, you're always so positive. Is there anything you haven't liked? Marie, so that's a two-part question. I'm going to answer it in two parts. Part one, subsection A, is I am always so positive because it's a positive. I'm a positive person, and that is just the way I live my life. And I will always sort of find the silver lining. Usually, it's an edible lining in the clouds, but I'll always find it. And I believe in, I want to talk about the things that make people happy about coming to Walt Disney World. You're working all day. The kids are giving you grief. The American Express bill is so high. When you listen to the show, I want this to be an escape for you. I want it to be something that connects you to the things that you love about coming here. So I want to talk about the things that make you don't want to hear me complain, do you? I hope not, because I'm not a complainer. Again, I'll always find the positive side. And two, don't ever tell my mom that I agreed with her, but she said something to me a long time ago, which stuck later on in life. And she said, if you can't say something nice, don't say it. And so for me, if there's something that I don't like, I'll let you know about it. But I also feel like I have a responsibility. And I don't even have great power. I have no power. But even with no power comes great responsibility. Because let's say that I go to Walt Disney World and I go to Pizza Planet and I just have a bad pizza, which I've done in the past. I wasn't weeping very much when they closed Pizza Planet. So we'll use that as an example. I was not a fan of the Pizza Planet pizza. I'm not a fan of most of the Florida pizza because I come from New Jersey and I know what good, real pizza tastes like. Chicagoans, calm down. That's good pizza too. So if I go to Pizza Planet, it's not the place that I'm going to probably frequent. Does it make sense for me to go and do a review when I know that I'm going to complain that the sauce, it just doesn't taste like my mom's sauce? And no, I would rather spend my time and efforts turning you on to something that maybe you didn't know about before. So whether it is a hidden treasure, whether it's Boathouse or the Boathouse, that is my goal with the show. So the very long, circuitous answer is I am a positive person. It's who I am. I think many of the people that listen to the show are the same way as well. I think that we become magnets for the people that we want to attract. I was actually talking to Terry Wheeland about that yesterday in Disney Springs, minutes after I had eaten at the Boathouse, actually. So I practice what I preach very much so. So hopefully that sort of gives you an answer that satisfies. Yes? No? Maybe so. All right. Dave Rashoni says, well, that's what I love about you, my friend, and that's why after all these years, I am still friends with Dave Rashoni. How many years have we been friends? I mean, man, it's been before the beginning of WDW Radio, right? So that's at least 10 years. So what is it, 12 years, something like that? Marty Raimondo says, that's what we lesser than 3 sign about you. It's a heart. I get it. If I turn it sideways, it's hard. That's what I love about you as well, Marty Raimondo. You got to come down here. We have to eat, by the way. I owe you so many meals. Javier Cano says, hello from Toronto, Canada. I love Toronto. I love Torontoans. Whatever. I like people from Toronto, and I love your food up there, too. Allison May Miller says, you're so easy to follow and listen to. You're just a fun dude. Listen, you know fun guys. I don't mean fungi as in fungi. You know fun guys, and I'm happy to be, first of all, I'm happy to be stuck with you, as Huey Lewis would like to say, but I appreciate that. And you know I love you equally as much. Natalie is applying for the college program, freaking out, sending prayers and good vibe. Natalie Herndon, as a wise man, or Jeannie once said, be yourself, and I am sure you will get it. So, thoughts on Odell Beckham injury? I have a little shrine with candles, doing lots of praying and dancing that the ankle is okay. From what I understand, it is supposed to be a non-issue. So rest up, Odell, and just stop playing. Just stop playing preseason games because it's just a recipe for disaster. Let me see. Love the paddlefish review. Darlene Nagy from West Lake, New York. Thank you so much. We enjoyed it as well. I will tell you, to summarize that, the best thing and the thing that I keep thinking about paddlefish really was we all enjoyed the appetizers more than the entrees, maybe because we had so many appetizers. But that tableside lobster guacamole is killer. I mean, my heart still lies with Boathouse. God, I had a good meal at Steve Schussel. I will say, and this is not meant to name drop. I just went to go say hi to him. He's like, you're here. It was 10:30. He's like, you're staying for lunch, and there's nobody else there. So we had lunch. Steve or Chef, if you're watching, that seafood terrabon, I dream about it. It's like a fine wine. It's like a beautiful woman. I dream about seafood terrabon probably more often than I should. Gibbs, freaked out in a good way about the Haunted Mansion show. He loves that ride. Tell Gibbs the next time you come down here, if it's not too weird and creepy, I would love to ride Haunted Mansion with him and hear his take on it. Karen Musgrove, I dig the lobster corn dogs. I kid you not, at the media event, I had no less than 11, probably closer to 17. We have to try the fried clam sometimes since the chef is from here. You had me at fried and you had me at clams, so there's no issue there. Steve flies in from Minneapolis just to eat lunch with Lou. Sometimes we do. The whole Berardino family is here watching you. I love all of you, and I don't remember all of your names, so I'm not going to start mentioning, but I love Bill and Katya and all the Berardinos. I hope to see you guys again next time you are down here. You know what I didn't like about the $10 sale, says Jimmy Kenny? I already had all the audio guides, so Lou needs to make new ones. I agree with you. I'm going to, but thank you for the nice segue. In case you didn't see it on the site and in the newsletter this week, everything, darn it, I'm going to get it right one of these years, everything to celebrate 10 years of WDW Radio, everything is on store. Man, what's wrong with me? I'm like getting everything backwards. Let me try this again. Everything in the store is on sale for just $10. All 7 of the audio walking tours are on sale for $10, and the 102 ways. I'm going to help. It's 103 ways to save money because you can get the book at a discount. So that is one more way to save. And if you buy all the audio tours in a bundle, I've even discounted that even more. So go to the shop at WDW.com. More importantly, do me a favor. Please help spread the word. I need to pay for all these boathouse meals and all of Becky's white rice when we go to China. So I have them all. You should send me a pop socket. You mean one of these pop sockets? Katie McNamara, how about this? Next time you're going to be in town with your folks, let me know. Hit me up ahead of time. I'll make sure I get together and see you guys, and I'll give you not 1, not 2, but 3 pop sockets. Luis Ramos, you're killing me, Smalls. You want an everything bagel with pork roll, egg, and cheese, a chocolate chip cake with a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. No, you'll get nothing like it. And I want every one of them. Luis Ramos sends me videos every day of different foods, usually from New Jersey. That is the only thing that I miss about New Jersey. Sarah said, went to the boathouse. It was delicious. We missed you by a couple of days on a recent trip. Hopefully we can catch you next time. Sarah, I'm there almost every day. So just hit me up next time you come in. Allison Ramos Miller, what is a pop socket? So all the cool kids are putting them on the back of their phones. It's this little doodad that pops up there, and it allows you, it's a way to hold your phone, get a really good grip on your phone, both landscape and portrait. And it also acts as a little bit of like a stand for your phone. And if you really want to, you can even wrap your earbuds around it. But I have not just the pop socket, which has WDW Radio on it, but you also get the handy-dandy stick-on holder, which you can put like on your computer, on your car, and it's awesome, and I love it, and I'll probably give one away tonight. We need to meet up for a meal again. You had me at meal again. So I would love to listen. I love you and your parents. I would love to see you guys again. Danelle wants to know, how do we get a pop socket? Can we buy them? Am I holding out? Listen, I would never hold out on you. They are not available in stores. They're only available through this exclusive TV offer. I usually bring them to meet and whatever, but I'll give one away tonight. How's that? You know what, Danelle? Forget it. No, if I do it for you, I have to do it for her. All right. I will definitely give one away tonight, and then maybe hit me up and I'll send you one anyway. Gene Jensen rallied just like saying pop socket. Amanda Slade, you have the best last name ever. That's like a superhero. Like, what's your name? Slade. It's better than Blade. You're coming down 3 weeks. My bestie and my uncle is coming down from being on deployment. Thank your uncle for his service. We really appreciate it, and hope you guys have a great time. Colin Kendall, I do not sell WDW Radio stickers. I give them away, and I don't have any here to show you, but I have many, many stickers, and I'll be happy to give and or send one to you. Monty Ramondo loves her pop socket, which is good because I love you. So every time you see your pop socket, say, you know what? That Lou Mongello, he digs me as well. Let's see. I know Boathouse is your favorite Disney Springs restaurant, but how do you rank Morimoto Asia, Paddlefish, and Homecoming? Stephen Conti, that's a tough question because the ranking of those next 3 often changes based on how I feel. But I will give you this. Morimoto, Homecoming, and Paddlefish. Morimoto, I love everything on the menu. Homecoming, I love the fried chicken. Tons of the appetizers. The sweet tea shine is awesome as well. And then for paddlefish, I love the atmosphere. I love the appetizers. So that is how I'd rank them. I could move those around very easily. So I love Homecoming. It says WND of story. I love The only way I like Homecoming better is when I go with Allison Ramos Miller and your friend whose name I do not remember. So, Sherry Hall Nelson, everybody's digging the pop socket, and somebody just did a poop emoji. I don't know why I got the poop emoji. So, let's see. Wendy Wahlberg just left her daughter at UCF. Congratulations to her. Now she can go to Walt Disney World anytime. Josh, 11 days until Copper Creek. You are going to dig it. Make sure you go eat out at the Geyser Point. I love it. Megan Eichner, I'm trying to see if I can squeeze in a meet before, if my visa arrives, I go to China on the 12th. If so, it'll probably be the first weekend in September. Let's see if my new contacts actually work out here and I can actually read this. That's actually a lie. I might make it on the 9th. I take that back. It'll likely be the 9th in Epcot. I'm going to be there for a food and wine event. So maybe we'll meet up at Food and Wine for food and wine. Becky is like, I'm at Copper Creek right now. Of course you are. Of course you would be at Copper Creek right now. She's with her favorite partners probably. Let's see. Make it the 9th so the Millers can come. It's the 9th so the Millers can come. There you go. Kristen Blake says, look, I'm still saying it. Shrimp and grits from Sassagoula Float Works is the best dish on property. That's you've thrown down quite the shrimp and grit gauntlet, because I agree with you, but have you tried the shrimp and grits at places like at Homecoming, at Paddlefish, and at Olivia's? Top 10, wait a minute. I think I need to do, somebody write this down. I'm going to do a shrimp and grits throwdown at Walt Disney World. The top 5 shrimp and grits dishes at Walt. Can somebody write that down and email that to me? Because I'm going to do it and have so much fun researching that segment, which I'll probably just do as a video. Let's see. Ribs from Morimoto says Jamie Williams is the best dish. I don't disagree with you. God, I could just bathe in those. That's creepy to think about that, but I could bathe in that. Wayne would love one of the pop sockets. We'll play 20 questions tonight, and I'll give away more than one. How's that? Olivia's right. See, Katie McNamara, Olivia's might give those a run for their money. And some of them, depending on where you go, they got just a little bit of that southern heat to it, which I think adds a little bit more depth of flavor. So I dig a lot. Brunette Mercandante, I still think I pronounced your last name wrong. Dookie? Am I saying that right? Olivia Shrimp and Grits is the best. Only available by calling a week ahead before. Pop sockets are brill. Love them. I almost did a bad English accent never mind. I wouldn't do that to you. So what Shrimp and Grits at Boat Rights is so good. Yeah, I think this is a segment. I think this is a video or a post or something, or an opportunity, an excuse for me to go try the top 5 shrimp and grits in Walt Disney World. Lou is afraid of seeing me too much before 70 days in China. Oh, you're not here to see me. You're here to see your friends. Amanda wants a pop socket. You want a pop socket. I'll try and give some away. Pedro Pablo Rivera says, regards from Santiago de Chile. Hola, ¿cómo está usted? That's the extent of all I learned in taking Spanish for 4 years. I love that. I love the fact that Kathleen is in Michigan. Pedro is in Chile. Like, there are people from around the world watching it. The live video thing and the scope and the breadth of what we're able to do still blows me away. Dan says panic. Wait a minute. Says Paniac. Dan S. would love a... Dan, I'm sorry, man. I'm sure that's not the first time. Your last name I've had a tough time with. Dan says a pan... Curses, it went by too fast. Dave Levin says, dude, Mary says the school bread in Norway is the best. The best what? If you're calling it the best dessert, I'm not sure. There's a lot of things that I might argue could actually be better than that. Laura San Spirito says, I just got here. I don't know what we're talking about it, but hey, Lou. So, Laura, we're talking about a number of different things. We're talking about the WDW Radio Pop Sockets, not available in stores. We're talking about the best shrimp and grits on property, my top 3 or 5 restaurants in Disney Springs. Melanie says if it was Boathouse, she'd pronounce it fine. Of course it would. And my probably not going to make the flight to China. So, Eric McMahon, nice to see you. Susanna Maria, nice to see you as well. Robert Ropp says, what is your favorite breakfast spot on property? It's funny that you say that, Robert Ropp, because Tim Foster, as you may or may not know you may know him from such segments as Top 10s with Tim Foster, is not a big eater. How we're friends, I don't know. So doing top 10 restaurant things is tough to do with little Timmy. I need to do a top 10 places to have breakfast in Walt Disney World. I think I'm going to write this down. I'm going to tap into top 10 breakfast. I'm going to tap into those of you who are members of the WDW Radio Nation. I'll post that request to join me on a top 10 breakfast show. Oh, I wonder if anybody would like to join me for that one. And we'll rate some of our breakfast. Danielle McCoy, Count My Miles Steele. Do any of the brunches have shrimp and grits? Yeah, I don't know why I want to say no, it's not going to be shrimp and grits. I think Boma has some sort of but I think it's a quinoa that they have, and it's probably not with shrimp. I do not know off the top of my head, but I will do the research for that. Becky, lounge review. Listen, I have you earmarked for either top 10 lounges or top 10, God help us, bars in Walt Disney World. I know you've been waiting for that one. Maybe we'll even bring in somebody else to help us because I know you only frequent 1 or 2 because they're the only ones that can stand your demands for how they make a sunken treasure, which I won't say the thing that you really request all the time. Beatrice Sweeney says, Lou, I need to be on the lookout for that WDW Nation top 10 breakfast show. I need to make that happen. And the research I can do in preparing for that. Somebody already just voted in for Kona Cafe. I agree with you. Marnie, you are finally trying Tonga toast in first of all, oh, that's right. You're going to be here in 30 days, and I'm supposed to be in China. I keep saying supposed to be because I still don't have my visa yet. Wait for Edison to open. So, Bill, I was down there yesterday. There's work on the Edison. I meant to take a picture and share it of some neat signage on the side of the Edison. Have they announced? I need to be careful. Have they announced details about what else is coming to that location? If somebody just says yes or no, let me know. Have they said what else? Because there's something else that's coming to that location. If you don't know, I'll let maybe I shouldn't. You didn't hear it here, but I'm letting the cat out of the bag. So, if you don't get your visa, we'll get together. Deal. And we will drown my sorrows and Becky's anger in oh so many meals around around Walt Disney World. Edison's supposed to open in the fall. Ken, they have not given a specific date as yet. Carrie's shopping with her mom today. She said, you need to get lots of Expando pants. Yes, Mom, they're called stretchy pants. I'm actually going to, I might even get WDW Radio stretchy pants. They're probably more for the ladies than for, he will get a visa. I will make sure, I will go to the I will have my minions in the consulate. How much do you love Spider-Man? This is just a very small indication of what you can see there and there. And John Jones, by the way, there's all your pop sockets, baby. I put that shelf up, and fortunately it hasn't fallen yet. So that's all you, man. Thanks so much. Let's see. Orange Whip. 3 Orange Whips. I love the Blues Brothers. I cried when John Belushi died. Chuck said that you need to get down here more often. Stan Solo, by the way, you had tacos for dinner. I love you. That's a good excuse. And I saw quickly in my feed your artwork. Dude, you're very talented. Beautiful work. You promised WDW Radio onesies, but I haven't seen those yet. Becky says he's probably wearing Spider-Man underoos right now. You may or may not be that far off. Is that IKEA furniture in the background? It is in the background and in the foreground. It is this is very much an IKEA room. So the new place is it's from the Patina group, but it's not going to be called Patina. Danielle, I'm actually doing a food and wine early bird reconnaissance mission in the next week, 2 weeks, somewhere around there. Spider-Man under Lou's. It's awesome. Love that guy. Mike Beckerman, it's good to see you, man. How you doing, brother? Dude, we got to go try that poke place on the other side of town. Somebody else I know was there today, and they're like, Mongello, why are you not here? So we got to make that happen. And by we, that means I'm going, whether you're there or not. Matthew Dominguez, good to see you. W Radio is sponsored by IKEA. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Lou, have you ever had a Dole Whip? Amanda Slade, I have not had a Dole Whip. I have many Dole Whips, and I have the godlike physique to prove it. Morgan Whitmire, 25 days to your next trip. Morgan, where are you coming from? Where are you going to stay? And where are you most looking forward to eating? Barb Huddleston, meet set for September, October, probably on the 9th. Little bit of Terry Baker, I would totally go as Spider-Man. You do not want to see this body in tights. It shows off way too much. Unless they make a Spider-Man moo-moo, it's not going to happen. So check my Twitter. I will. Taco Pizza, Taco Pizza, Taco Pizza. Luis Ramos, you had me at Taco Pizza. Alex Bruner, where in New Jersey are you from? So I grew up in Plainfield. I lived in Edison and Scotch Plains. I went to St. Joe's in Metuchen, and I went to Seton Hall Law School. So citrus swirls are better. I agree. Don't let it pain you to say it because I believe that citrus swirl is the perfect combination of orange juice and milk. So there you go. Ian McCleary, you don't want to see me in Spider-Man Spanx either. Jennifer Ginn Thompson, so excited for your next trip. I haven't seen you in ages. I hope you are doing well. Michael Wolf, Trolley Guy, it's nice to see you. Marnie, when you come down here, I owe you many, but I owe you a citrus swirl as well. Jamie Williams, looking forward to food and wine for the first time. Do I have a podcast on the Halloween parties? I do, Jason Redden. If somebody can quickly look that up and link it up, that would be awesome. I'll retweet it as we get closer. Somebody just said that they went. Christine used to work at Plainfield Animal Hospital. Oh my gosh, Christine, I know exactly where that is. I grew up until I was until I was in my late 30s. I lived in Plainfield. You were following my Instagram photography page at one point. It was a huge. You said was as in past tense. Morgan, am I no longer following your Instagram? If I'm not, I apologize. It was probably a mistake. Give it to me again, and I will follow you right now because I am on the gram right now to do that for you. Let's see. How about a podcast on applying to the moms panel? So Murray, I've gotten a lot of emails about that this week. I actually did do an episode with some of the moms. I think I've done 2 or 3 with them. If somebody wants to really just be like awesome sauce and look that up for me and link it in the comments, that would be awesome. Paddlefish or Boathouse for night without the kids? Without a doubt, unquestionable Boathouse. Boathouse is my favorite restaurant, best food, best atmosphere. It's a wonderful place like for a date night. You can sit outside by the water, take the Venezia, the Italian water taxi. It's beautiful, and I love it, and I would go there every day. Stacy, you applied for the Moms Panel for 7 years. Don't give up. Keep trying. This could be your year. What's my one piece of my collection I wouldn't get rid of? Eric Christensen says, you know, Eric, I like different things for different reasons. So if you look up top, I have, I love my Samurai Mickey Big Fig. It is my one and only Big Fig. I have a I don't know if you guys can see it. That right there is a stanchion. It's a bat stanchion from the Haunted Mansion, which obviously is very unique. I have A through E ticket books that are unused. I have Michael Eisner's business card. Different things mean to have different meanings for me for different reasons. I also have the 20,000 Leagues porthole, which I think I'm going to sell. I think I'm going to sell my 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea sub porthole. I'm never going to do anything with it, and it's just sitting there going to waste, and I'm sure somebody else could do something creative to it. So maybe one of these I'll have to get rid of it. Been saving the Haunted Mansion podcast to listen to on your way down. Scott Monagle, thank you very much. Let me know what you think. More importantly, if you like it, please share it. So if I could get one thing from the great movie ride, what would it be? So my mind went immediately to Indiana Jones. Who wouldn't like the Ark of the Covenant? I don't know where I'd make a coffee table out of it, as if I actually had talent to make it a coffee table. If you're going to have one meal at Boathouse and Homecoming, what do I recommend? Joe Landino, look at my eyes here. The words are coming out of my mouth. If you go to Boathouse and they have the seafood terrabon, which is a chef special right now, they're trying to get it on the eat it. It is life-changing. If not, the other day they had 10, get this, they had 10 different fresh fish catches that were caught that morning. I wanted every one of them, but I went for the seafood terrabon. And the tuna, ay, Dios mío, I should show you a picture of my piece of tuna. I wept, it was so good. How much would I pay for an original Haunted Mansion stretching portrait for the ride? Pat, there's part of me that wants to say, I would pay X amount. I would have to have X amount in order to do it. So it goes into budgeting. I'm not sure if that's my ultimate collectible. I'm not sure if that's the ultimate thing that I would want. Because if you get one stretching portrait, don't you have to get all four? Right? Because then, so how much would I pay? I don't know. Your love of Boathouse is why it's now on my list to check it out. So Morgan, when you go, tell him I sent you. Ask for the chef. And when you see me in the corner, just please come over and say hi. I'd love to see another 5 snacks under $5. It's been a while. Terry, I think it's a great idea. And I think I could revisit the 5 snacks under $5, hopefully hitting on some new ones. Because there's some things I consider snacks that other people might consider meals that are under $5. Lucy, see? Now my night is complete. Lucy Stewart, I was thinking about you today. Not in a creepy way, but now I just made it creepy. I was thinking about you today. I know you're swamped at work, but I was sort of sending you some little prayers and some good vibes. So we need Lou Sent Me shirts to wear at the Boathouse. Katie McNamara, that's a brilliant idea. And if anybody in the box has any sort of Photoshoppy skills whatsoever, and you could make a Lou Sent Me shirt and include the WDW Radio logo, I will put it on the WDW Radio store, in the merchandise store, which, by the way, nice segue, Lou Mongello. If you go to the WDW Radio merchandise store, you'll now see not only designs from WDW Radio, but you'll see I've curated a bunch of some of my favorite designs from some really talented artists. I love like this Haunted Mansion. There's a bunch of real neat ones in there. There are sales here all the time as well. So if you go to WDWRadio.com, click on the shop, that'll take you over to the radio shop over at TeePublic, and you can check out a bunch of other cool designs there as well. If you just go to WDWRadio.com/logo shop. So all right, how about this? I'll make it sort of a mini challenge. Somebody needs to create a Lou Sent Me shirt that you can wear to the Boathouse or any other restaurant that includes, Lou Sent Me and the WDW Radio logo. I'll give you till Sunday night. Maybe I won't even share this. Maybe I'll just keep this for you guys. And then the winner, I will send a prize package that includes, maybe I'll send you a W Radio shirt and a pop socket and some other stuff. I'll send you a mystery box. How's that? There you go. We'll do that. Favorite adult beverages at Walt Disney World? I can take that one, says Becky Menken. Morgan and Gray. That's why I switched to T Public, because the quality of the shirts is much, much better. Dave Coviello, I'm going to let you in a little secret. I am not a big drinker at all. But I will tell you that the sweet tea shine over at Homecoming is pretty darn good. But I will say, when I go to Morimoto, I really enjoy, there's a couple of different sakes that I like. And sometimes it's nice to have a nice sake with your meal at Morimoto. So, Josh Anderson, you convinced me. Just made a boathouse reservation for the night we arrive. I'll probably see you there. So let me know what you think. Favorite ride soundtracks? Ken, that's a great, that is a really, really good one. I love so many of the old original Epcot Center versions of, and I will tell you that fortunately I don't live stream from the car, because I was singing Feel the Flow, Here We Go to the Universe of Energy like a crazy person for the last couple of weeks. My poor children. Can we ask for the Lou Mongello booth at the Boathouse? Teresa, please ask for it, because I should have asked Steve for it the other day. That's my goal. I just want a little like Sinatra plaque on the a booth or even a chair. I'll take it. That's what I want. That's my goal. I know. I need to really increase the quality of my goals. Moonshine Margarita at Homecoming. David Caffey, man, how are you? I hope you are doing well. Maria White, I was just talking about the sake at Morimoto, and some of the other things, some of the other cocktails they had too, especially now with the late night menu up in the Forbidden Lounge. I've been there once. I need to go back. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe one night I'll tweet out and I'll post on Facebook that I'm just going to go upstairs to the late night lounge at Morimoto and an appetizer. Well, I don't know how much you people eat, but I'll buy a bunch of appetizers and we'll all share. How's that? Becky Mencken, I saw that comment and I don't really like it. Unlike Morimoto, which and I haven't been to Morimoto in a long time. I need to fix that. I need to come back. And I missed the Bubbles and Brunch. What is it? I think this Sunday is Bubbles and Brunch. I missed out on it. Yes, go to the Forbidden Lounge. I love the Forbidden, and the appetizer size portions that they have late night, which I think late night begins 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there, are $8 each. Like, that is a hidden gem. Like, that right there is a hidden treasure at Walt Disney World. Look, this body came from a lot of late night snacking, so I need to make that happen in the next couple of hours, possibly, because now I'm starving. So, streaming from the car is the latest thing. All the cool kids are doing it. And what's great about streaming from the car is that the plaintiff's attorney, when they sue you from getting into a car accident, will have that live video that you were doing while you were streaming. So the recovering attorney comes out every so often thinking instantaneously about the litigation. Looking forward to seeing you. Listen, first of all, Maria, I always look forward to seeing you. Period. End of sentence. But I really look forward to seeing you at places like Viennapoli. So I hope stretchy pants are appropriate, because that's what I plan on wearing. Because I've said this before, and I'm not just saying it because you're here, as an Italian from New Jersey, interpret that as he's a guy who knows and likes his pizza. Viennapoli has not just the best, but some of the only really good, authentic pizza in the area. It's a shame that Uber Eats can't deliver from Viennapoli to my house, because it's maybe a good thing, because I would weigh like 4 times as much as I do right now. So Lucy Stewart says, her shirt says, when I'm not eating, I'm listening to Lou on WDW Radio, except on Wednesday nights when I do both. We could make that one up again. Favorite quick service in Disney Springs, Bill Daniel. I have a video that I'm hopefully going to post. I probably won't get it done this week. Next week, about one of my favorite stops. I do love Morimoto street food, because that gives me the opportunity to get things like noodles and ribs and other stuff like that without having to go and do the full meal inside. Those would I'll give you those as my top 2 right now, and then you'll have to stay tuned for the video to see what the number 1 is. So, do I still give legal advice? Ben Picard, let me be clear. Anything that I give is not to be construed as legal advice. There should be a little disclaimer at the bottom. I will give you dining advice. I will give you entrepreneurial advice. I will not give you legal advice. I no longer choose to practice law. So, wouldn't it be cool if the mini cars could deliver park food to the resorts? Aaron King, it would be even cooler if they could deliver it to my house, which is not that far away. Christy says, fellow Italian from Jersey, the best. And that, Christine, that's all I miss is the food. I miss the pizza. I miss the bagels, a good pork roll, egg and cheese sandwich, a knish, and in a pinch, White Castle. So if anybody is coming from the Northeast, wants to bring some of those down, feel free. And I'd say that half jokingly because one time somebody did, and she's like, "I have something for you," and she handed me a little like cooler, and I'm like, "Oh my God, there's a human organ in here. What did this woman bring?" And fortunately, it wasn't a human organ, but it was a giant thing of pork roll that lasted about 4 days. So, and 4 days is being generous. Chuck said, good to you, buddy. Where's the best pastrami in Walt Disney World? So, Ricky, you know when you ask that question that there is no answer to it, right? Because, and this is one thing that surprises me so much about the area, not even just Walt Disney World, but the area as a whole, with such a migration of folks from the Northeast, Italians, Jewish people. There's no good like Italian or Jewish deli down here. There's a little one like in Winter Garden where they use boar's head and they import the bagels and stuff like that, but nowhere on Walt Disney World. I think the best pastrami you're going to get at Walt Disney World is, let me think for a second. I got to think on this. If I wanted a really good pastrami sandwich in Walt Disney World, where would I go? That's tough. That's tough. I don't know. I have to think about that. Judy Pavarini is going to Arthur Avenue this weekend, which is like, it's like the angels sing when you walk on Arthur Avenue because the food is so good. And such a shame. Maybe one day at Epcot, could you imagine like a really nice, they have a place down here called 2J's, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. Marnik, I can bring you whatever you'd like from New Jersey, but you'll be in Shanghai. So close, yet so far. Rocking your 3-week-old son while listening to the show. I believe we share birthdays. If his birthday is August 2nd, we do, and tell him, well, not that he knows, happy birthday and congratulations to you as well. Whole Foods should be able to procure a quality Italian prosciutto. So Disney at home, the issue is not necessarily the meat. Boar's Head is really good. It's probably as good as you're going to get in terms of packaged stuff. It's not like going to Katz's Deli where they're shaving the pastrami right there. They're putting it on the rye bread, a little smear of mustard. Starving. It's just not the same. It is not the same. Ellen's pastrami adventure. Harold's needs to open a place in Disney Springs. You know, it would kill here because we would go. It's almost like going to like Primetime Cafe. You're almost going because it's an attraction. Alana Koffler, hoping to see you in September. My hubby and I are taking an anniversary trip. Happy anniversary. Kidani Village. Anything I need to know, make the trip not to miss at Kidani Village. I know it's an amazing resort. I have 2 words for you. Write this down. I'll wait. Get a pen and paper. Sa-na. Late night menu, late night dining at Sanaa. You go into the lounge. You get one of those nice little quiet tables off in the corner. There's usually nobody there. You order all the bread service and a couple of the other little appetizers, the samosas and the watermelon salad and maybe a little nosh. That's the play right there. If somebody go back to show 4 something, I don't even know what show number was it. Let's see. I'll tell you quickly if I do if the Google late night at Sanaa Lounge is 478. That is a hidden treasure of Walt Disney World. IMHO. The bread services. I have to do that too. We have to do a late night. I'm going to do that one night. I'm going to do a late night bread service like Call to Arms. I'm going to maybe one day what I'll do is I'll do the show like from here, like maybe even I can't do it tonight. But what I'll do is I'm like, you know what? I'm ending the show early. I'm on my way to Sanaa for bread service. Anybody who wants to show up, show up. and then hopefully not a lot of you show up. We'll share a couple of things of bread service on me. So, Amanda Bonner, the plan for show 500. That's a really good question. I've been trying to figure that out because I'm trying to figure out the timing of my schedule, because I am going to China and then I come back and then a week later I have Momentum, and I literally leave, if the flights are going to work out, I'm going to leave the night of the second mastermind to go, and maybe this is a good, I think tonight I can actually announce it. It is. Well, the ink is relatively dry. I'll tell you where I'm going next, and I'll tell you how you can help. So I'm going from Momentum to Arizona for like a day, and then I leave Arizona and I go to Minnesota to speak again, and I might do an on-the-road meetup at the Mall of America. If I'm not exhausted or dead by then, I might just do it. So, nice segue. From Momentum, which is October 14th through the 17th, I leave that night and I fly out to Arizona. I am actually one of the speakers at the Make-A-Wish of America National Conference this year. I was there a number of years ago. They invited me back to not just share my story about my journey from attorney to whatever this is, but really they want to learn from what we have been able to do with the Dream Team Project for, and I get choked up every time I talk about it, for the Make-A-Wish Foundation of America. So what I talk to them about and what we're really going to do is not just me talking about how the Dream Team Project came to be, the running team came to be, the auctions, the incredible generosity, but what I really want to share is what I think and what they acknowledge a lot of people don't when it comes to fundraising, especially with things like Make-A-Wish. We hear about the families, we hear about the children, but what we don't hear are your stories. I choked up. I think it's really important to share what your story is. And what I mean by that is you, as somebody who has participated in a charity auction that we've run, who's a member of the running team, who has donated to one of our fundraising events, who has donated your time or something that you have for one of the auctions, I really want to know, and more importantly, I want to be able to share your story with the folks from Make-A-Wish, because I think it's going to be incredibly impactful to them to know not just how what we collectively do impacts the families, but how it impacts the community as a whole, how it impacts us collectively as a WDW Radio family. And so what I want, and I invite you to do, is I want you to share your story with me and give me your permission to share it with the folks at the Make-A-Wish National Convention. If you go to WDWRadio.com/share your story, you can find out a little bit more. And I'd love for you to share it, whether it is in a Facebook comment, whether it's in a video, whether it's in an audio file that you send me. If you don't want to post it publicly on Facebook, that's fine. I would love for you to just send it to me. You can just, even if you want to just email it to me, lou@WDWRadio.com. Tell me how fundraising for Make-A-Wish, how being part of the running team, how participating in an auction, how meeting one of the families that we've had the blessing to be able to do during the marathon weekends, when the family that you guys, through your fundraising, gets to sponsor to come to Walt Disney World, and you see that child's face and you see the gratitude of the family. I want to know how that impacts you. How has it affected you? How has joining the running team or volunteering or whatever it is, how has that, I want to know the impact that it's had on you, because I think that's really important to share. And I think it's something that Make-A-Wish needs to understand as well. The Dream Team Project has brought this community together, right, in ways that I never would have imagined before. The outpouring of love and support, and I don't just mean financially, but otherwise, is far beyond anything I ever could have imagined. And I will tell you, and if you ever listen to me when I give an interview, I say it every single time, the most important part from day one and still to this day If everything went away, the most important part of what I do is the fundraising that we have for Make-A-Wish Foundation of America. And I am grateful to every single one of you, whether you've donated $1 or a minute or shared a link, however it is that you've been able to help. I want to be able to share that. I want to share your story. I can use your name. I can not use your name, whatever you would like me to do. But if you can help me with my presentation for Make-A-Wish, which is coming up in October, I would need these just over the next, couple of weeks so I can pull my presentation together. I want to tell your story so that the folks from Make-A-Wish and the families that you impact understand exactly that it's that we get something from this as well. So that is my tangential PSA for the evening. So I don't even remember what the question was, but I wanted to make sure I got that out. And I will share that again on the WDW Radio page, on the running team page, on my personal page, and love for you guys to share that so we make sure we hit everybody, not just on the team, but who's ever even donated or bought an auction item, as it were. So, Hal, thank you very much. I think you sent it to me. If you want to send it to me again to make sure I have it, that would be great. Michael Wolf, Trolley Guy, says you hinted about a third Disney trivia book or something along those lines. Are there any more updates? I was actually having a conversation just a few days ago with somebody about projects that I have in the works, including things that are up on the board. There has been some movement in terms of prioritization. Some things came off the list. Some things went on the list. I can only say that the word trivia and the word book is on there. And that's it. Katya, how can you get a pop socket? I want to surprise your dad. He's the only one without it. Katya, send me an email with your address, and I will send one out to you. Becky wants to know what's on the wall. You will never see that wall. You want to see that wall. You need to see that wall. You will never see off. You will never see that. Things came off the list. Well, things came off the list because they were moved down. And sort of the prioritization of the projects that I have going, there are other things that moved closer to the top for one reason or another. So there you go. Let me catch up here. We'd love a new walking tour of Epcot's World Showcase. I might be able to do that as well. Oh my gosh, Carrie Livingston Larson. Wait, don't go anywhere. Hold on a second. I almost forgot. Wait. Can I show? Am I allowed to show? Am I allowed to show what you sent? I was waiting for the show to thank you sort of personally, and I know I owe you an email. That was so kind and so sweet and so deliciously generous of you. Thank you so much. And I'll show one thing. I won't show the other one in case you don't want me to. But I even got custom-made artwork with it as well, and your note was beautiful, and I appreciate the gesture and you so very much. Let me just see. Am I allowed to show the other picture that Hannah drew? So Hannah drew this wonderful picture. I'm assuming that's me. And please, please, please thank Hannah for not giving me a unibrow. That was incredible. I'm sure she was tempted to, but I love it. I dig it. And I love you guys. And I appreciate that. And thank you for the popcorn. It was phenomenal. In terms of the ones I liked best, what was it? It was loaded baked potato, bacon and cheddar, and an Oreo. I think wasn't Oreo the other one? That was good stuff. That was good stuff. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Colin and Morgan, it is awesome. Those are the things that mean the most to me. And I actually mean the artwork a little bit more so than the food, although I love the food a lot. So, Becky, wait till I open the next box from you. You found your late birthday present. Look, you should be happy that the thing that I sent you, I almost brought out on the show. I almost brought to Expo, but I just kept that between us because unlike you, I like to be, I keep those things private as opposed to ordering 400 mean-spirited squeezy toys. Let's see. Anybody going to be in Disney World the week of September 13th? Amanda, I'm actually, I probably will be because I don't have my visa yet. But if not, if I do get my visa, I'll be in China, the country, not the pavilion. If not, then maybe I'll see you there. So, let's see. How can I plan for going to Disney World for the first time? You need to definitely plan ahead, and you need to plan yourself enough time. And if not, make sure you just hit the things that you really want to do most. And by do most, I mean eat most. Relax, take it easy. I know that sound haunts my visions and my dreams. So, September 13th is Marshall Pound's birthday. So Marshall, happy birthday. I will have a bag of Doritos for you in your honor. Any sign of your parcel yet? Are you talking to me? Have I received a parcel or did I send a parcel? Do I owe you something? Was I supposed to send you? If you were supposed to send me something, then I don't think I got it. Unless you're a bill from the credit card company, because that's all that I seem to get. Speaking of which, hey, there's a $10 sale at WDW Radio. Help me, help you, help me buy everything's $10. All the audio tours, and the 102 Ways book. I kid, not really. So, let's see. Judy, have I ever met Mr. Eisner? I want to. Well, not really. I've seen him before, but never sort of a sit down, hug it out, let's share a meal at the boathouse kind of thing. So, Chris, we'll see if we can set up at. I don't even want to read that. So, somebody says, I was impressed with your kids on the most recent food podcast. Their vocabulary, they get that from their father's side, clearly. But thank you. I'm very blessed. My kids are. It's been really interesting to watch their progression over the years from the first time they've come on the show. And now Nicholas is like, well, hey, man, I want to sort of break out of my comfort zone. I want to do, and that's why he came on and did the show that we just did about, gosh, I don't remember what show he did that he was here with me on. He wants to start doing more stuff about it. He loves the history. He listens to all the history shows that I do. He watches all the videos. So he really is starting to take an interest in extinct attractions and the changes and some of the unbuilt stuff. So we'll see. John Fulton joining the nation absolutely helps so much. You have no idea. To any of you who are members of the Nation family, thank you so much. If you do want to, and it does, it really does help the show a lot, but it also, more importantly, is a way for me able to give back to you, not just with things like the scavenger hunts and the Magic Band covers and the care packages, but we do monthly video group calls where it's like a giant Brady Bunch thing where there's 20 or so of us in a video group chat, which is a lot of fun because it really becomes a more interactive type of thing, a little bit different format than what we do here. So it's amazing to see, it makes me sad that they're growing up so fast. But Justin says, can I give a shout out? So wait a minute. Is it the Caleb McBurney, from Naples? I used to live in Naples, Florida, by the way. You've been listening for 8 years. Thank you so long. Caleb's been listening his whole life, which is awesome and amazing. So Caleb, big shout out to you, my friend. Hopefully one of these days you come up here to Disney. I'll be able to meet you and shake your hand in person. Where in Naples do you live? I haven't been down there in a couple of years. I have to get back and see how things have changed. So Walt Disney World ride that is no longer there that I wished I could have ridden on. So Ken, I've ridden on everything in Disney because I was there right after the park opened in November of 71. I can say with absolute certainty that I have ridden every single Walt Disney World attraction that has ever been here. I've also stayed at every resort except one, which is Shades of Green. I should have to find some. And I know some people have offered, but that's the one I have to just do it so I can check it off my list. If I could bring back one attraction, I still think it would be 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I think it is so unique. I bought into the fact that we were diving underwater. You can ride the subs in Disneyland, but it's different. There was something fun yet dark and ominous. And although it wasn't James Mason, like the narration and the organ music, I loved every single thing about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So, Melanie McCaskill, it is good to see you as well this evening. A Disneyland ride that I missed. Well, now, Pat, that's something different because I missed a lot of them. So I would have loved to go under the mighty microscope. I would love to have ridden the Skyway out there, especially through the Matterhorn. Man, what attraction from there would I like to have seen? I think some of the short-lived, like the Mine Train Through Nature's Wonderland, some of the ones that were really, unique to Disneyland. I would have wanted to ride a donkey. They had the donkey rides very, very early on. Things that were true, like opening couple years Disneyland would be the ones that I would want to do the most. You thought the giant squid was listen, Melanie, like I said, I totally felt like it was all real, and going to Volcania, and I loved every part of it. I loved every single part of it. So if 20,000 Leagues returned, they would have to pry it out of my cold dead hands or the upcoming eBay auction. So Pat, I never got to ride, obviously, the flying saucers as well. Janet, sorry I missed you at Ellen's. You were already on the ride. Couldn't get your 18 to stick around. I'm sorry that I missed you. Yeah, we went over to Mission Space, right? And I will tell you, I think I like the green mission better than the orange mission. I love the visuals of first of all, the screens are so much clearer. The video is crystal clear. You still get that sensation of flight without it being, again, I'm not motion sensitive, so I can't speak to it, but it did not feel, you had the same type of effects. If it's the enclosed spaces, if it's the claustrophobia, the screen still does come against you, but I loved it. I loved it a lot. Tasty, this is my Spider-Man mug is full tonight. It is full of water, as it is every night. That fireball that's sitting back there is sort of break glass in case of emergency. So, Mike, I know it was Pete Renaday, but I just like to do my really bad James Mason impression whenever I get an opportunity to, which is not very often. So, Kristen says that Orange was the only time we were ever sick on a ride. And understandable, and I think that's why they needed to make that change, because now it really has become a family-friendly attraction, because I think whether you have motion issues or if young kids couldn't ride, I think now that that gives them an opportunity to. And again, it was beautiful. The shots of flying over the earth are spectacular. So the orange mission hurts your back. Yeah, so you don't feel that type of physical motion. You get the sensation of taking off, but not the spinning or anything like that at all. So Luke Hemmenstall, the only ride that he hasn't done is Orange. Rita, I have been on Alien Encounter. I still remember the first time I rode it, and I came off, and I was like, I remember telling my dad, I was like, wow, that is a very, I was not as articulate back then, not that I'm articulate now, but that was a very divergent attraction from everything else. I was like, that's not your, grandpa's kiddie ride at Disney World. Like, it was legitimately scary, and which I understand why they did it. They were trying to attract the male crowd from 12 to 25 years old, which I think they were losing that demographic, not just to other places, but I think they didn't feel that there was enough cool stuff to ride there. That filled that bill a lot. I liked it. I liked that different type of experience that Alien Encounter brought, but it did sometimes feel like a little out of place from everything else. So a lot of people liked it. Morgan was a little scared, and not a ride for those with claustrophobia. Look, for some people, still Stitch's Great Escape, which I wouldn't be sad if when it goes away soon. Get your last rides on now. But for some people, the harnesses coming down and pressing down on your shoulders is enough to freak people out. That sense of being sort of locked into your seat is not one that not everybody's comfortable with. I will tell you, I loved Mission to Mars and Flight to the Moon more. It was a wide open space. There were screens on the ceiling, screens on the floor, screens all around. You felt like, I remember looking down and seeing the blast of the rocket and looking up as sort of you were, breaching the atmosphere into space. Like you got the sensation of space flight, which again at that time was something that was still novel and new. I love and remember the bird, which you can now still see in the Mission Space queue, but I loved it. I loved Flight to the Moon and Mission to Mars, and I see some people talking about If You Had Wings. That was one of my favorites. I remember riding with that with my dad over and over and over again, for so many reasons. Not just because it was free when there was 8 through e-ticket books, but I love the music. It was campy. It was funny. There was the speed tunnel. And then any of you remember when you came out at the end of If You Had Wings, you didn't go into a gift shop, but there was a travel agency there. They weren't cast members. There were Eastern Airlines employees there who they had brochures and they had wings, and I still somewhere I have my Eastern Airlines If You Had Wings that you just saw all these exotic destinations like the Bahamas and Bermuda and Mexico. And of course, what do you want to do when you get off is you want to find out more and book air travel there. And that's what Eastern Airlines, that's what it was for them. It's sort of like GM having their cars at the end of Test Track. An airline reservation plan. I know wonder how many people went home and were like, wait, what did we just do? Did we just book a trip to Mexico while we were in Disney World? Like, was it the heat? Was it the humidity? What were we thinking? So, but yeah, that was part of the value exchange for Eastern Airlines. May you rest in peace. So, do I think that Universe of Energy dinosaurs can be saved and relocated to Animal Kingdom for a gentle alternative to dinosaur? Those dinosaurs are probably not going to be destroyed. They will be repurposed somewhere else. I don't know that you will see another dinosaur-themed attraction in Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is... Look, there are... The plans for the evolution of Walt Disney World are not limited to what has been announced. There are plans, and some plans that I know that are on the board for things that are going to be coming 3, 4, 5, 7 years down the road. They're set in relative gelatinous stone, but there's a long-term plan for each of the parks, for outside the parks. I don't think I'm speaking at a school when I say Disney Springs is far from done. The Disney Springs you're going to see in a few years is going to be much larger than the Disney Springs you see now. So that's a very long answer to a question about the dinosaurs. Do I think that they'll show up in Dino Land again? Probably not. Probably not. So, how hard will it be to get reservations in the Star Wars hotel? I think it's going to come down to price point, Ken. I think initially that hotel is going to sell out like a lot for a long time. But who knows, what the capacity is going to be, what the pricing is going to be. what the duration is going to be. Are they going to do alternating 2-day, 3-day stays? There's a lot of details that have not been released as yet. I have talked to a couple of people and know a few more details about the resort that I unfortunately cannot share, that are very, very exciting, and were things that have not been hinted to as yet, which, and I don't mean to be intentionally vague, and I shouldn't have said anything, and I apologize for that, but the plans for the Star Wars, if you're excited now for the Star Wars Hotel, just wait for the next 12 months or so, as some additional details get revealed. A lot more things are going to make sense. And for those guests, I think, that were on the fence about booking, I will answer your question in saying that there's going to be things at this resort that are going to attract even the most, even if you don't consider yourself a Star Wars fan, there's going to be reasons that you're going to stay there. So I'll just leave it at that. Pamela, I can't tell you more. I want to, and I can't, but look, and I know other people talk about things. It's not for me to reveal details that have not been disclosed as yet. If I am privileged to know something, I respect that, and I would not break anybody's confidence by sharing that. So Becky, don't ask. So there you go. But Matt Shane from mskdigitalmedia.com, if you're looking for some web development or additional help in that regard, says, I enjoyed the whole Pleasure Island theme experience at Disney Springs. Sort of wish that could come back at some point, maybe in a different location. So Matt, for Pleasure Island, for you, was it the more adult-oriented nightlife that you missed? Like, what specifically about Pleasure Island did you miss? Because I want to explore that a little bit more with you as well. Heather Joel Laredo, first of all, long time no see. How are you? Have I had lunch at Tusker House? I have. I dig it a lot. I like the variety, but I have not been there in a long, long time. Victoria Redondo, hey, what's up? Thank you very much, Judy. That actually means a lot, because I know, some people, their thing is to reveal all the things, and I just don't, I'm not judging how anybody else runs their site, does their show. That's just not how I roll. I have a lot of respect for this company and for the people that trust me enough to tell me things, and I would never do that. I just wouldn't do it. So, do I think Disney's going to start to charge for parking at the hotels or Disney Springs? No. I don't think so. Look, I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. I think logistically it would be very difficult based on how the layout of the parking garages are. I also think part of the attractor of Disney Springs is that you don't have to pay for parking, unlike other theme parks in the area. If you want to go to sort of their downtown area, you still do need to pay to park. I think one of the things that they want to offer are options that there is no barrier to entry in terms of admission fee, parking fee, tickets. That's one of the things that Disney Springs affords guests. As a local, I will tell you, I say this all the time, I spend more time in Disney Springs than I do in the parks, and I'm going to be back again there this week. So there you go. Let's see. There are a few nightclubs coming. So, Keith, what I think you're going to see, they're not necessarily nightclubs, but places like the Edison, places like STK are meant to offer an alternative for those guests or locals that want to come there and have an adult-oriented nightlife. So if you want to, if it's more of a bar atmosphere, if it's live music, if it's dancing, whatever it is, they want to afford the opportunity to enjoy that, but not at the expense of it making it family friendly. And that's where Pleasure Island sort of ran into a little bit of the issue was because you had to be 18 to even step foot in there after a certain time. Everybody that had kids, remember, there were no things like babysitting service. Everybody that had kids automatically was barred access to go there. Then they're like, all right, well, that's okay. Kids can come in. Well, then you went into places like the Adventures Club and some of the other places that, although the comedy was not blue, you could tell that the actors and the performers were holding back because they want to go and make a certain joke, and I was there and I can see it, and I know the person, and I saw her going down a path, and she sort of looked over, and there was a kid no more than maybe 6, 7 years old, half asleep but sitting there, and she kind of looked at him, and she made a remark like that she wanted to make the joke and couldn't, and I think that not only restricted them as performers, but I think it impacted, possibly in a negative way, the effect for guests as well. So, let's see. Let me quick over. How is the Edison going to be themed in the era? So, Fred Abley, there is an Edison in Los Angeles. And I don't know what the website. It's like Edison. I don't know what it's called. If you look up the Edison in L.A., it really was an old power plant. And so you sort of go down into the bowels of this power plant, and there's generators and there's all kinds of electrical equipment. Obviously here, it's going to have that same theme. They're going to bring in a lot of equipment to sort of pull the theme in. And if you look now, you can see the building come together as it looks as though, according to story, that it was the old power plant for the original Disney Springs area. There's going to be a backstory that's going to be associated with it that will be flushed out as it opens. But I hinted to this before, maybe since nobody said anything, the Edison is not the only thing going into that location. It is not the only thing going into that location. There is another venue there that I am really, really excited about. And I think it was accidentally put, like, I've seen it on maybe it was a concept thing, but I haven't seen it again, so I don't want to say it if it has, because I don't think it's been announced. Wait, I'll do a quick search just to see. But see, now they see, I don't know if this is I think they hinted to this back like in 2014, 2015. I will only say this, just so you don't think that I'm pulling your leg. There may be a venue there that pays tribute. It may have been all started by a mouse, but really it was all started by somebody else. And this location may or may not pay tribute to that fine, fine gentleman. So you can do the math and put that together. And then I don't know if the other... There was a Peter Pan themed concept that I don't know if it's going to come true or not. I haven't heard mention of it again, so who knows? What Terry Baker says, what is my one and only one must-do Disney snack? And it's not Oswald, by the way. Before Oswald, before Mickey, it was somebody. Come on, you know what I'm saying. No, not Maria and Enzo's. It's a single person's name. Come on, folks, do the math. Sorry. Anyway, all right. I forgot the question I was supposed to be answering. So, I'm trying not to respond specifically to people who may or may not be getting it. It is not Alice. It's not Roy. It's not Father George. I haven't seen you in so long. I miss you, my friend. I thought about you the other day. So, hope to see you again soon. Never get to see you enough when you're here. So, pray for me, and I'll pray right back at you. Disney snack. That's what it was. Because does Boathouse count as a snack? Does soft shell crab sandwich count as a snack? You've heard me say about the sweets all the time. If I said popcorn, would that be a lame answer? Although it would probably be the honest one. Because it kind of is. So, one and only must-do Disney snack. Although I did have a Dole Whip the other day, which was very nice. I should have had a citrus swirl, but my friend wanted a Dole Whip. So, see, I'm not the only one. You guys love the popcorn as well. So, it's hard to pick a single snack. I love, you know what, too? I love the pretzels with the fake cheese. Who doesn't love a little fake cheese? Speaking of fake cheese, Pat Reinswald, I love Doritos. Like, I feel like going downstairs and having a bag of Doritos right now. But I have, like, a week to get in shape for, well, not that I'm going to China because my visa's not here yet. Add Disney sour gummies to popcorn. Oh, Eric, you lost me there. Wendy Wahlberg, you tell your 9-year-old that he or she is on target. Cream cheese pretzel does rock. Like, I'm with you. I am with you. They used to have, I don't think they have it anymore. They actually had a spicy cream, like a jalapeno cream cheese pretzel. Give a little zip, kind of wake you up while you're walking through Animal Kingdom. I don't think they have those anymore. But now I want one. Now I want a pretzel with fake cheese. I would never make it in time. I'm close, but not that close. Stan Solo, I have not tried the maple popcorn at Magic Kingdom as yet. Lou needs some of those Doritos I sent you. Man, I don't know if Marla's here. Marla actually gave me the taco flavored Doritos, which did not last long at all. And I can't find them again. You want a pop socket? You send me taco flavored Doritos, man. I'll send you anything I got. Don't worry. I do love me some of those old school taco flavored Doritos. When his name is Louie, my name's Louie-ish, sort of. Tell Louie he made me so happy. So tell Louie next time you guys come down here, you hit me up on the Facebook Messenger or email, and we'll meet up, and I will buy him, as long as he shares with me, I'll buy Louie a cream cheese pretzel. So, Becky, you just like saying boba. You just like favorite food truck and menu item. Do you mean like favorite food truck anywhere or favorite food truck in Walt Disney World? You not wearing glasses is making me squint. Me not wearing glasses? I got new contacts today. They adjusted my prescription, and I also have my giant sort of teleprompter comments going on here, so I can kind of read a little bit better the screen than I could before. David Herrick, I know this is like heresy. Zebra domes are not, that is not the big attractor for me. I would rather have the savory stuff more than the zebra domes. Ryan Pirtle says, I love that I had to jump off for an hour. I came back and we're still on food. Louis says, I have a deal. This 9-year-old will remember. Oh, 9-year-olds remember, and so will this guy because I like cream cheese pretzels. The jalapeno pretzel is at the lunching pad for a limited time. I'm now going to change my plans of going to Disney Springs this week, and I might go back to Magic Kingdom instead. So, Mixie Mokeef, I'm always crazy hungry. I'm famished, but I'm on a hunger strike until Odell Beckham starts running again. So I am not going to answer any more questions about the location next to the Edison. So how's that? I'm famished. I'm so hungry. Quinoa and stuff that I had tonight just did not cut it. Victoria says Morimoto. I don't know what Morimoto. Whatever you're saying, Morimoto, whatever context it is, I agree with you. I agree with you. All right, so let's do this. Why don't we do this? It is 8:58. If my non-contact lens wearing eyes are correct, and I think I want to give away one of these. Hey, Rob De Leon, it's good to see you, my friend. Excuse me. What do you say we play 20 questions? And as you know, the way we play here on WDW Radio is that I will think of a person, place, thing, object, food, restaurant, food, or food item in Walt Disney World. It could be something that exists there now. It could be something that is extinct. I will respond to 20 questions as I see them. Sometimes the chat goes by super fast on my end, so forgive me if I don't see your question and I don't see your answer. I will take 20 yes or no questions, and then the first person to get it right wins the WDW Radio Pop Socket. Jennifer Koenig, you're dying for some lobster guacamole. It's all my fault. If you pick me up, I'll buy. How's that? You fly, I'll buy. We can so make it there before 10 o'clock, and I will do serious damage to lobster guacamole and those oh so delicious salty chips. Whew, man. All right, so let me think about, no, it's not going to be pretzel with fake cheese because that's going to be way too easy. So I have to think of something else. Something else maybe. Do I go in the parks? Do I go out of the parks? Is it lobster guacamole? Is it going to be food related? Is it going to be attraction related? I think I have an idea of what it's going to be. All right. I keep going back to food, and I know it's going to be way too obvious if I make it. Don't Rob De Leon, the Cantonese lobster. Oh my God, it's so good. I'd never heard of lobster guacamole. It's Veronica. They take big chunks of lobster and they make the guacamole fresh tableside. It's phenomenal. Big, ay, Dios mío. All right. Let me think of my 20 questions. I have to stop thinking about food and lobster guacamole and Cantonese lobster and everything that I want to eat at Boathouse. Stop saying Poke Tower, David Coviello, because I'm famished now. All right. Let me think of something. Let me get some inspiration maybe from somewhere in the room. Okay. No, that's too hard. That's too hard. I just want to see something real quick. All right. That's too hard. Nobody would ever have gotten that one. Nobody would ever have gotten that one. So. I'm afraid if I do something that's going to be too hard, nobody's going to get it, and it won't be 20 questions. It'll be 90 questions. this too easy. I'm too soft. All right, so here's how it goes. Becky, when you guys get this one really quickly, then I'll go to the next one, and then see, now I'm tempted because of Becky's. I was going to change it and go back to the other one, and then nobody would have ever gotten it. But I'll do it this one, and then if you guys get it quickly, maybe we'll do another one. All right, so here's the deal. When I say go, you guys start going with questions. I will keep a record of 20. Again, please don't be mad at me if I miss your answer or if I miss your question. I'm monitoring the chat as fast as I can, so you may begin asking your questions now. There's a little bit of a delay, so. Okay, let's see. Go. Is it in a park? Yes. Is it a place? I don't get that question, so I won't ask it. Let's see. Is it a person? No. Is it a restaurant? No. That's 3. Let's see. Is it edible? No, it's 4. Is it an animal, vegetable, mineral? No, it's 5. Is it a god? No, it's not a god. That's 6. Is it an Epcot? No, it's 7. Is it an attraction? Yes, that's 8. Attraction is an event. No, I won't answer. So it is an attraction. It's an attraction. Is it Star Wars related? No, that's 9. Is it a shop? No, I already said it's an attraction, so I won't count that. John, it's not a person, so I won't count that either. How you doing, John, by the way? Long time no see. Let's see. Is it Magic Kingdom? Yes. Is it extinct? Yes, David Coviello. Is it Alien Encounter? No. Captain EO? No. I won't count the Animal Kingdom, Alien Encounter. Let's see. Is it still there? No, is it character based? I don't understand it. Is it 20,000 Leagues? No, that's 4 to 10. That's 15. Is the Swan Boats? No, it's 16. 20,000 Leagues, 17. Is Mission Mars? No, that's 18. If You Had Wings? No, that's 19. Mr. Rhodes Wild Ride? No, that's 20. So much for it being 20 questions. Let's keep going. Is it Toontown? No. Is it Carousel? Carousel's still there. Is it Mr. Frog? It's not Mr. Frog. Was it a thrill ride? No. Mickey Mouse Review? No. If You Had Wings? No. If you had Snow White? No. Mission Space? No, that's still there, and it's not in there. Is it Toontown? The Lincoln Memorial? No. Timekeeper? No. Why am I bothering to do it? Bill Berardino, is it the Skyway? It is, in fact, the Skyway. So, Bill, or whatever Berardino it is, you or someone in your family have just won, and I think you were even asking for one, so look at that. You won the Skyway. No, you didn't win the Skyway. You actually won the pop socket. But, you want to do one more? Should we do one more? It's 9:07. One more, and then we'll call it a night. What say you? We'll do one more and then call it a night. And again, forgive me if you guessed it and I missed it. It goes by so fast. I try and keep up as quickly as I can. So congratulations, Bill and or Berardino family. Nah, that's too hard. You never would have got. I'm gonna save that one. I'll save that one for a future one. I'll save that one for a future one. That would be too. That would be just way too mean if I did that. All right, I have something else, and I promise you it is not a cream cheese pretzel. Same rules apply, 20 questions, go. One more. We'll make this one quick. I think you guys are going to get this one fast. Skyway was fun. I'm looking forward to the new buckets coming. And wait till you see some of the artwork for the buckets. All right, here we go. So Start all over again. Brand new 20 questions. Go. Let's see. Is it in a park? Yes. Is it at Magic Kingdom? No. Let's see. Is it hot? Yes. Is it Disney Studios? No. That's 4. It's Spider-Man. I won't count that, but no. Is it at a resort? No. That's 5. Is it in Disney Springs? I won't count that. Is it in Magic Kingdom? No. Is it a restaurant? Yes. Is it Martin Short? No. Is it Epcot? No. Can you eat it? No, but you can eat at it. It's a restaurant. Epcot? No, it's not a shop. Not a shop. Hot food? Yes, they do serve hot food there, so I'll count that. I don't know why I bothered counting questions. Is it Mission Space? No. Is it food? Jack Fussell? No, but there's food there. It isn't Animal Kingdom. Rita Goodrich. Is it Boathouse? No, but you know how to get to my heart. It's not Morimoto. It's an Animal Kingdom. Is it Extinct? No, it is not. Hey, Jack Fussell, what's going on? Is it Tusker House? No. Is it Starbucks? No. Is it Flame Tree? No. Is it Le Cellier? No. Is it Tiffin's? No. Is it Chico? No. Is it Drive-In Theater? No, I won't count that anyway. Is it Club 33? Is it Tusker House? No. Mixed Team, have a good night. David Coviello. I just saw it. I just saw David Coviello. You guessed. Satuli Canteen. So maybe Animal Kingdom was, it's not really an Animal Kingdom, but technically it is. It is Pandora. So David Coviello, you too. Let me write your name down. You email me your mailing address like the Berardino family, and you too will win your very own hot off whatever press they make it on pop socket. So Ben Picard, it's not Sanaa, but I want Sanaa something fierce. Like if somebody would pick me up right now, I would potentially buy them Sanaa. I would need to find some pants, but I would buy that. Now I have too much work I got to do. Who am I kidding? So anyway, so listen, thanks all of you for playing. If you didn't win, that's okay. You know me. I'm going to do this again, so don't worry. There are plenty of pop sockets to go around. But that being the case, I did say we will, can you have a Hot Pocket instead? Yes, if you prefer a Hot Pocket. David Coyle, if you have a pop socket and would prefer something else, I don't know what I have, but I will send it to you anyway. Just a couple of quick reminders. We're going to China soon, but if you want to come with us to Alaska next year, there's still a little bit of space left. You know, you've heard me say that this is my favorite cruise itinerary, my favorite destination on one of my favorite ships. I would love, love, love to see you there. Becky and her team would love to give you a free, no obligation quote. So visit them over at www.radio.com/Alaska18. I want to share your story. However, the running team, the dream team, Make-A-Wish, the auctions have impacted you, I would love to be able to share your stories. Visit www.com/share your story. Thanks again to all of you who are members of the WDW Radio Nation family. I love and appreciate every one of you individually, whether you just joined or if you've been part of the nation for more than 2 years now. Thank you so much. Visit WDW Radio Nation. Find out more about how you can not only help the show, but don't forget that a portion of the proceeds do go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation through our Dream Team project. Thanks, as always, to Becky Mankin and her team over at mousefantravel.com. Whether you're going to world, land, anywhere in between, or even overseas, they can absolutely help you out. Don't forget, too, that if you are interested in attending my Momentum Weekend Workshop in Walt Disney World, October 14th through the 16th, there's now, I think that's a change, it's 6 or 5 seats left. I've announced Lee Cockrell as one of our speakers, Duncan Wardle, who again was the Vice President of Innovation Creativity for the entire Disney company as speakers. Going to have the rest of our speaker announcements probably in the next week or so. It's a fun, interactive 2-day workshop. I would love, love, love to be able to help you turn what you love into what you do through the weekend workshop. And oh, by the way, it's during Food and Wine Festival. Don't forget, too, the $10 for 10-year sale is going on. It ends this weekend. So if you want to pick up some audio tours, if you want to pick up the 102 Ways, this is absolutely this is the week to do it in. And also, if you visit the WDW Radio logo shop, there's all kinds of cool shirts in addition to logo shirts. I've curated a whole bunch of other shirts from some very talented designers. You can check that out as well. What else did I forget? Something. Who knows? Possibly. Whatever. Doesn't matter. What really does matter is you. You matter. I was talking to somebody today, and I'm not sure if you're still here or not. We were talking about something, and he knows this is to be true. I genuinely care and appreciate you, not just collectively, but you individually, your time, your attention, your love, your support, your sharing, the fact, that you listen to the show or your favorite episodes with other people. That's how this community grows. It's not by me placing ads or doing any kind of like wonky things to try and get people. I want people to come because they're your friends, or there are people who who are Disney fans who might be interested in the live review, the Haunted Mansion, whatever it might be. So I ask you, pick your favorite. If I ask you to do one thing this week for me, pick one favorite episode of yours and share it with your friends on Facebook, on Twitter, on your favorite page or group, if you're allowed, on Facebook, in an effort to try and bring more more folks into the WDW Radio family and community. If there's ever anything I can do for you to say thank you, please, please, please let me know. Be sure and turn on notifications. I might be in the parks tomorrow or Friday, maybe going live, maybe posting another 360 video as well. Excuse me. So until next time, I want to thank Ricky DJ Technoid Reed for the background music. I hope you're doing well, brother. I have you in my thoughts and in my prayers, and I am always grateful for you, individually and collectively. You are my extended family. I hope that you have a great week. So until next time, see ya.